Good morning. Today is cardio. I hope you're having a great day. If not, it will get better from now on. With cardio, you want to make sure it's a happy challenge, so you're never pushing beyond your abilities. You should be able to literally smile while you're doing it. It needs to give you energy, especially when you finish. We will be going through about 6 different exercises, 60 seconds each, 30-second break. We'll show you the most modified version first. Start with that and then work up if you want to, or stay with that one, because some of these can be challenging. So just stay with where you're comfortable so that you have that nice happy challenge. I've got Mickey today with me, so we're going to have some fun. So our first one is speed skaters. So that's going to be a wide leg to start. We put all our weight on one side and then we bring that other leg back behind, and you'll see how it works. Very quickly, I'm setting the clock, 1 minute, here we go. So weight on the right leg, left leg behind. Weight on the left leg, right leg behind. So this is your basic. This in and of itself will get your heart rate up because your legs have to do a lot of work. If you want to add more challenge, or you just have more energy that you want to burn, you start moving more quickly with it. You can even go and add the hop. And then the arms. So arms are going to go opposite. They're helping to balance. The lower you go, the more energy you have to use, because it's more of a squat every time. You've only got 20 seconds left, so you can totally do this. But it will get your heart rate up, which is why I paused, so that I can still speak. Yes. Be careful. We're doing barefoot because that's how we prefer to exercise. If you're using a mat, just watch out just in case. You got 2 seconds left. 1, done. All right, so you got 30 seconds to catch your breath so that you can get ready for the next one. Adjust your mat. Her mat was sliding, obviously not safe, so she just adjusted it over. If you're using a mat on carpet, it's not going to slide, but you might find that it isn't necessarily easy to step back and forth because you literally stick to it. So work with your surfaces, play with it when you're doing cardio, and always be mindful of how it's affecting your body. All right, next one. We got burpees. So now we're going up to the top of our mat. I'm amazed at how quickly 30 seconds goes. At the top of your mat, you're going to hinge forward, hands come to the floor, bend your knees if you need to, and then you step your right leg back, left leg back, into a plank, right leg forward, left leg forward, and step back up. Most basic. So we'll start with that and go. So you're coming down, step, step, step forward, and up. You can do it faster. You can alternate legs. So I just shifted to the left leg first. If you want to add more of a challenge, you can always hop the feet back and hop the feet forward and up. So we're going to go different speeds just to show you how different the same movement looks depending on the speed that you're going at. I've even seen people hop at the top and clap. I mean, you can do a whole lot of stuff with it. The point is to keep moving in an orderly manner. So whatever speed you're doing, stick with that so that you can stay comfortable. You've only got 10 seconds left. You're almost done already. She's thinking, really? It should be a lot shorter than that. And done. So you're already at a break. Go ahead and finish that out. Take a breath if you need to. And get some water if you need to. I think I will too. Our next is going to be mountain climbers. Not one of my favorites, but evidently she loves mountain climbers. So she might get to show the whole thing. All right, mountain climbers. Yep, you got 6 seconds. With your mountain climbers, you're going to come forward, hands to the floor, step your legs back into your plank. And here we go. You bring your knee into your chest, alternating the sides, working slowly at first, picking up speed if you choose to. Key is to keep your core nice and stable and strong and in. You don't want your stomach just falling out every time you move your legs. Halfway there already. Good, so she loves these. But what you do want to try to keep, as much as possible, the hips stable. Now when you're hopping like that, your body's going to shift. But what you don't want is the hips shifting back and forth all the time. That can lead to issues. You're almost there. You got only 10 seconds left. So it will come to an end, I promise. And if you do feel this one in your shoulders, then cut back your time. Just make sure that you're not overworking a joint. And I think I may have worn her out. And that's not easy. So she's stretching forward, taking a breath. Always take a breath if you need to. Never rush through your cardio, even if it's cardio. Never rush through from one to the other if your energy level and your breathing has not caught up with you yet. Okay, this is not high intensity interval training. So we have 2 left. We're doing squat jumps next, but the more modified version would be your simple squat. So that's the one you want to start with. If it just feels like, nah, this is not going to do it for me, then you add the intensity, okay? So we're at a minute. Basic squat is going to have your feet, your heels underneath your hips, and you're going to lower down and then lift up. Very simple. You will feel endurance eventually with it. It will work the endurance, and it will work the stretch. If you want to add a hop, then when you lift up, you lift your heels, come on your toes, and then down. And eventually, if you want to do the full hop, when you lift up, you're just bouncing up. I like to think of like a rabbit the way it bounces up. So that's what you're doing. But it is challenging. If you notice anything happening in your hips, or I'm sorry, in your knees, then that's a really good indicator that your hips are not quite strong enough to handle that. So if you try doing box jumps at like gyms and you notice that your knees are wobbling, that means your hips are not strong enough for that pose, or that movement. So you really want to avoid doing that. So you never do something if your joints are wobbling on you. 10 seconds left, almost there, and then we're on to our last. 5. I have worn her out. Awesome, done.
40.
So she was keeping count, so she would know for next time how many she managed to get this time. And that's always a fun way to do it too, to keep yourself challenging yourself. And that's the big thing. If you want to challenge, don't go by what somebody else says is a challenge, because their body is different than yours. Challenge yourself based on your own abilities. Okay, our last one is the jump rope. So for 1 minute, will simply be jumping rope, jumping in place, as it's called. If you really want to add a real jump rope, go ahead, but I don't know where mine is. So I'm just going to use my hands. So you can obviously go slower, or you can do high jumps. Some people like to get their knees way up high. I'm not a high jumper myself, so I do more mild. But do what works best for you right now. So she's got the right pace for her. She's still smiling. See? Even though I know she's getting worn out, she's still smiling. And she's almost done already. All right.
That was fun too.
Huh?
That was fun too.
Okay. She just said, that exercise or the whole thing?
The whole thing was.
Awesome. She enjoyed the routine. Let's go ahead and get it stretched out. We stretch while we're warm so that we don't have problems with cramps later. So let's go ahead and do a wide leg stretch. Stretching down. Remember, we started with the speed skaters, so the legs were stretched this direction already. And then if you can bend one knee and lean into the stretch. And then try the other side. Stretching should always feel wonderful. Even though it is challenging, it should still feel good. So you can go back and forth from side to side depending on your ankle flexibility. And flexibility is something that we work on consistently, and you will improve it if you just be consistent about doing it. All right, let's go ahead, straighten the legs, Coming back up with a flat back. Bring the legs together. We're going to put all the weight on one side, lifting the other leg, and lift and hold that foot behind you. What you want to do is try to keep that knee that's bent close to the other knee. You really don't want it jutting forward because then you're not stretching anything. So you want it to be close to the other knee, and then the heel, the back heel, as close to the hips as possible. Feel the stretch? Good. Go ahead and release it. Try the other side. If balance is an issue, use a wall or a chair. In my yoga training, they like to call the wall your friend, and his name was Wally. So we all used Wally a lot. So you're stretching the hip flexor, which is what we were using when we did the squats. Go ahead and release. Shake out those legs. Let's have a forward fold. So now we have our feet hip width apart. Forward fold, stretching the backs of the legs. You're hinging at the hips with these folds. Your back does not feel anything. The hands can touch the floor or they can touch your thighs. And then alternating, bend the knees. So back and forth. It's a really, really delicious stretch in the legs. And then straighten both legs or have the knees slightly bent if you need to so that you can slowly lift yourself up like a ragdoll. Our back is bent, head is flaccid to come up. Reaching the arms up to the sky at the end. Nice good breath. And then lowering the arms slowly and gracefully down to the side. Take a breath and you're done. Have a great day and I'll see you next time.